We'll have to argue the semantics of that later because we are into game number 3. Unfortunately, Mina was off playing some ARAMs and wasn't online to be able to get in. Otherwise, I would have been inviting her as the first person to invite for this game. But this time, it's going to be Team Slip and Slide. Talk about water perfection right there. Quality content versus... Okay.
High quality H2O versus low quality answer to question.
High quality discussion over a low quality question. I like it.
Their fear is wise.
Oh dear. Why does your name say Rake under your portrait?
Mine says Wraith under my portrait.
It says R-A-I-K-E.
Oh, I need to fix that. You're right. You right. I actually should have fixed that a while ago. Okay, so that was back when Wraith and I were casting together. And so I just combined the names, kind of like, you know, Medi-Vedi for Medic and Vedius when they cast together and stuff.
Gotcha.
Just the fun stuff. I was, that's why I did the Rake, or it's supposed to be like Wraith and Jake. Anyway, moving on. We're talking about this game. We're not going to talk about Jake failing to produce correctly. NA production, quality content, sub for $25 a month. Okay, Diana, the Zaya Bird champion, who even cares what her name is, the punchy girl, the bear man himself, the not Jarvan woman, and the assassin spiky hands shadow guy are all banned away respectively. Is this gonna be the bad? Okay, hold on. Do you want to try something with me? This is the for fun night. This is the Thursday night, okay? So I got challenged a while ago, and I keep forgetting until just now I remembered, all right? So here's the challenge. The challenge is to cast an entire game but never use an ability or champion name. And most of the time, if you can manage it, to use sound effects. So somebody's got to be doing the pew pew pew, somebody's got to be doing the punchy punchy, somebody's got to be doing the smack and slap, and oh, Miscellaneous Opinion, thank you for the follow. While we're discussing this right now. Yeah, exactly. The slashy slashy, the whoosh whoosh, the vroom 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 vroom, yeah, all that sort of good stuff. So I don't know. I'm literally making it up. That would be the choo choo. So the pew pew guy, who's definitely the pew pew guy. There literally isn't. There's a few other people, but definitely pew pew man himself going to be locked in, as well as the BDSM. No, I'm kidding. Chain Master going to be locked in for Slip and Slide number
Literal
2.
Living Mountain locked in by Doc Shocker.
We got Dwayne the Rock Johnson going to be playing with the Anime Man locked in for okay as oh boy, I just about used the real name. Ninja Girl locked in for Heal It Up, looking for the assassin route. I'm liking so far though from Slip and Slide the composition. They've got some pretty good damage as well as lots of CC from the Chain Master. Good stuff overall. But the Dwayne the Rock Johnson combined with Slashy Slashy can do some nice wombo combo, knock him up and knock him down. As
can my favorite color is green with his
the Tree Man. the Tree Man is locked in, who's gonna bring out his own rock friend. Looks like we've got a real rocky start for Slip and Slide this game.
The exact same thing.
I love this already. Oh no! They banned away their team mascot!
They banned their own mascot. Okay.
They didn't even, like, pick him up? Oh my gosh. Alright, well, that's it. OK's gonna lose. You can't...
missed opportunity.
Right?
Team OK.
You said the name. You can't say the name of the poison pokey guy. I don't even know.
Wait, who said that?
You said the name of
I said OK.
No, okay, yeah, it's fine. We'll move on. I thought you said Teemo. So,
what?
Boxy is a troll, banned our mascot. Right, smartest? Right? Just absolutely. All right, well, they banned him away. They also banned away Edgelord. And then for the side of Slip and Slide, they're going to ban away, I don't even know. How would you describe...
Void Girl.
Void Girl. Hey, I like it. Well, I mean, some people could confuse that with Rek'Sai, but who even knows that Rek'Sai is a girl? I mean, this is League of Legends.
Rek'Sai is
after
not
all.
a girl. Rek'Sai is a woman. Hashtag feminism.
Rek'Sai is a woman. Hashtag feminism. I'm putting that on Twitter right now. That is awesome.
Danger Cat also banned away by Team Slip and Slide. Also known as Knife Cat. Are you actually tweeting it?
Yes. All right, so we got ourselves the Yeti and his boyfriend. There's a space
Don't
between
say
those
that.
words. Being picked up by Buttery as Broken Blade. TSM Broken Blade going to be locked in by Silent Fire. We also have, a specific poison toxicity champion being hovered by Smartest. We also have the Philosopher's Stone user himself being locked in by 897. There's going to be a lot of whooshing, whizzing, and chopping coming out as the Fencer Lady is locked in by Smartest. This is going to be so hard. I don't even know how I'm going to get through this.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna make it through this.
We might have to
Rune
say the
Sword
champion
Girl.
names and just do the sound effects for the abilities, because going the entire game long never saying the champion's name is going to be killer. So either way, let's analyze after we roll through the players and the champions. For the side of Team Slip and Slide, we got ourselves Kane Kennedy locking in that Lucian for the 80 carry role. Get over yourself with Thresh support. Heal it up, taking that Akali in the mid lane. Buttery with a Nunu and Willem. Welcome to the stream, taking the Nunu into the jungle. And Silent Fire, never remember your name, but always glad to have you with the Riven in the top lane.
And for Team OK, or maybe just OK, not 100% sure, we've got Kill Yasuo taking his namesake champion into the mid lane. Doc Shocker on Malphite in the jungle, or maybe not. It would be hard to say because he's got Smite. Baby Stitch Puppy running the Ivern, maybe also in the jungle. Also, who's to say? 897 on Ezreal 80 carry with Fiora in the top lane being piloted by Smartest 2.
Evern? Please don't tell
Ivern.
me you say his name Evern. I've literally only ever heard Ivern. So when you said Evern, my brain went, what? Yeah, I think if we did a poll, most people would agree it's Ivern. But if you want to call him Evern,
Okay,
that's totally fine. Not
I
gonna
have
judge.
a valid reason for why I say it.
All
Okay,
right.
Basically, I was kind of taking a break from League of Legends when he came out. So the first ever exposure that I had to him was from a Sky Williams video, because he was messing with him when he first came out. And that's how he pronounces it. So that's just how I pronounce his name.
All right.
I've just never.
All right, that's totally fine. It's kind of like last game. I didn't care. Vigar, Vigar. You know, I call it Vigar. You called it Vigar. Not a problem. I don't have to care. Ivern, Evern, potato, potato. Who even knows?
I have some friends that always make fun of me when I say his name. I'll avoid saying his name as much as possible. But
Anyway.
what are you thinking?
All
Who are
right.
you thinking is gonna take the win?
Well, Slip and Slide have themselves a nice tanky front line with the Nunu. They've got themselves some good peel for their carries with the Thresh. They also have great backline damage of the Akali and Lucian, who can get some high mobility movement. They're kind of top tier picks. And a Riven to kind of destroy everything on top of it all. Great CC. I mean, Riven is always a fantastic early game champion. Then for the side of OK, they're looking not so okay. They've got Ivern and Malphite, double smite, maybe double jungle. I'm actually not sure. Ezreal solo in the bottom lane, Fiora top, Yasuo mid. They have some nice wombo combo of the Malphite Yasuo as well as the knockup with Daisy, but they are going to have some interesting skirmishes between now and the actual team fight stage. If they can get to the full 5v5 teamfight stage with the Malphite knockup as well as Daisy, they could basically 6v5 with a wombo combo and probably win. but getting to that stage versus Slip and Slide's early game, Riven, Lucian, Akali, like, that is just terrifying. So if I had my analyst side says Slip and Slide's gonna win, my for fun side says Daisy's the MVP. So obviously OK is gonna win without a doubt, 100% hands down.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you. I think that Slip and Slide has a lot of champions that are very strong on their own, whereas OK has a lot of champions that kind of need an entire team at their back, other than Fiora, to really shine. So I think as long as Team Slip and Slide can avoid letting OK just group up and use their team composition to their advantage, they will most likely take the victory. But who is to say for sure until we get into the game?
Indeed. And of course, it's all going to come down to these skins, because that's what really matters. It's skin to win. If you don't have the skins, you can't get the wins. So we'll check out how these team skins line up.
3 skins on the side of Team Slip and Slide, whereas there are only 2 on OK. So obviously, Team Slip and Slide will be taking the victory here.
Yeah, I mean, pretty simple stuff. Except, again, you've forgotten about the Daisy MVP. I mean,
You're right.
Daisy is going to carry this game. You look at Ivern and you go, wow, would it be any easier to chop through this tree? I don't know, I'm trying to make as many tree puns as I can. I should really branch out on my options and leave this whole thing alone, because I'm barking up the wrong tree at this point.
Live, Jake. Please let us live.
So we're gonna get into game number 3. Team Slip and Slide taking on OK. And let's see how these two teams do. Here's my question. The biggest question of the night. The biggest question for all of you. Should OK be capital O, lowercase k, or should it be capital O, capital K? That's
Capital O, capital K.
Capital
Absolutely.
O, capital K. All right, well, we're going to get the capital K in there. Make sure that it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Good stuff there.
Another numbers advantage reliant invade coming from the red side here. Akin to last game. 897 walking very far up, just trying as hard as to get kleptos. Unfortunately, Kane Kennedy with the extremely happy feet, dodging a lot of these skill shots here. Gonna manage to land one more on the way out, but 897 taking the very bad end of that trade.
Yeah, that was some good movement. There's a reason why the Lucian is considered, S tier. Not only high mobility, but also getting those extra auto attacks in. Knock that Ezreal down to half health. You can see why his early game duelist potential is really high. It's going to be heavy on 897 to not try to take any major fights, but instead to really focus on just farming and kind of harassing a little bit. But overall, the Thresh and Lucian are going to have pressure in that bottom side.
Oh, absolutely. Heal it up, taking very aggressive, just walking forward, knowing that he outranges Kill Yasuo just a tad bit with the Akali Q. Gonna try his hardest to zone him off, doing a nice bit of damage there with his Q and empowered auto attack, but doesn't look like much is going to happen in the way of fighting there, just a little bit of poking back and forth.
Yep, Nuno's around the corner. He's taking away his blue buff. I'm going to head into the enemy team's red buff, and even though I don't think he's actually aware of it, that Ivern was in his own jungle side taking away his red buff. So good rotation there by Nuno will make sure that he doesn't get double buffed. In the top lane, Silent Fire already level 1, strike of nice against Smartest. And something to note is Riven, one of the strongest level 2 champions in the game besides Aatrox, though he did get nerfed pretty heavily. Once this level 2 comes through, Riven's going to be pretty powerful up here. We've seen many a time that Riven has been able to win out in 1v1s. There it is, going in, finds the stun onto Smartest, looking for a little bit more damage. Has the Ignite, might actually drop it. It is because Ignite for Ignite. Smartest is on the run, but Smartest is going to dash in with a nice lunge.
There.
Gets the
Flashing
Ignite.
in for the lunge and the Vital. Both of them blowing their Ignites there.
Buttery going to chase Smartest down. Last couple of auto attacks needed. However, at the moment, Fiora is still getting away as a nice play comes into the bottom lane under Baby Stitch Puppy. Kane Kennedy going to be trying to get a little bit of damage down the hook, though, from Get Over Yourself. Not going to land. So Ivern walks away despite Kane Kennedy still going forward incredibly aggressively. Just stays outside of that turret range.
Actually going to be able to get out of that fight in the top lane. Get out of it. Okay. Manages to I'm not sure what that is. Dash over the wall. Gets away from the Akali room. Very well played in the top lane by Smartest. And I'm sorry, I wasn't watching the bottom lane.
No, that's quite all right. It was a lunge, I believe, is the name of the ability to get over the wall. But either way, slip and slide, down a kill, first blood to okay. They're doing okay so far. In that bottom lane of Lucian, however, does have a CS lead as the death sentence comes through, and the play as well. Baby Stitch Puppy has no mana, and now he's going to have no life. As King Kennedy's scared to kill in the mid lane. It's going to be a knockup on to kill Yasuo. The Yasuo himself going to be dropped as Akali picks that up, and 2 quick kills traded back. Slip and slide, get revenge.
Looks like they took his name to heart and decided to kill the Yasuo. Can't help but feel like he wasn't kind of asking for that. Leak it over yourself, looking for a hook. Decent dodge there by 897. Stays away from it. He's gonna get back under his tower to safely farm.
Now, we did check earlier. It was a Wind Drake that is starting this game, so not exactly the most exciting Drake of them all. However, definitely has its potential for collapsing and gives Lucian some priority when it comes to kiting through some of these later game fights. So, still going to be enjoyed. Go ahead.
Decides to recall and teleports back with a very early Nomad's Medallion. So he's getting a lot of gold off of those coin drops. He will probably be finishing his quest very quickly here. Just dropping some bushes down under the tower so they can make it a little bit more difficult for Thresh to see them.
Well, and again, for support Ivern, you're not really focused too much on going in aggressively, and that's kind of why he's paired up with that Ezreal. It's more about just keeping this Ezreal alive and waiting until you get level 6 for that ultimate. However, you may be going forward to skill Yasuo's gonna come in. The Lantern lands, but the root comes through. Somebody sit on that Lantern.
Was there. He was right on the Lantern right when the root landed, so he was just waiting for the duration there. Not really able to grab anything off of that. A very nice Lantern out by Get Over Yourself.
Dark Passage, beautiful ability, especially when nobody drops those wards on it.
Absolutely. Flay backwards by Thresh. 897 gonna stay away from that hook. Iron Shield gonna keep him safe.
However, low mana, that's gonna be the damage!
That Ignite.
Oh my gosh, this is why Kennedy took the Lucian. It's so strong. Silent Fire in that top lane, taking a bit of a bad trade in the mid lane. Heal it up, dropping the Yasuo low as well. But still, Slip and Slide continuing to find advantages.
No teleport on the Ezreal as you often see. I assume that probably went out of style with the double tier build. So he's going to have to walk back to lane. Kill Yasuo getting shoved in. Going to look for a little bit of a trade here with Heal It Up, but Heal It Up going to just disengage it with the Smoke Shroud. Not much going on there. Or the Twilight Shroud, rather.
That's quite all right. So, 3 kills to 1, but only a 500 gold lead for Slip and Slide. In that mid lane, the Yasuo wanting to recall, wanting to buy. He's sitting on about 600 gold at the moment, wanting to get his health back to a solid place. However, continues to be prevented by this Akali. And now Doc Shock are going to be jumped on by Buttery. Keep in mind, though, that Malphite's level 5, but it's going to be joined by 2v1 at the moment as Buttery continues to CC this Malphite, and a nice Akali slash to take that Malphite down, leading to a 4th kill for Team Slip and Slide.
Kill Yasuo. Probably not going to be looking at any fights with Akali right about now. Akali sitting on 2 kills, 150 gold bounty, already has the Vampiric Scepter finished up. Kill Yasuo just wants to recall and look for some items to try to stay a little bit even with him. Decides to go for the Berserker's Greaves first, presumably to just move around the minion wave a little bit faster, and hopefully try to avoid the 5-point strike from Akali. Pretty decent back overall by him.
As well as get those crits in. The more you can get in, the earlier you can get them in, the better. So he will enjoy that a little bit. Not exactly the most desired first back for a Yasuo, but when you've already gone down 1 death and you just can't deal with the pressure from that Akali, you do what you got to do. As Kane Kennedy is still looking for pressure in that bottom lane. He's been rooted up. However, he's got plenty of damage onto 897. Going to be shielded up by the Dark Passage from the Thresh as well. He's going to walk away, but actually loses the trade.
Yeah, he'll had to go down by Ezreal there just to stay healthy. He's taking a lot of damage from this Lucian. Lucian able to just heal up a little bit of damage every once in a while.
Smartest in the top lane, dropping low. The parry doesn't care.
Down, unfortunately.
Silent Fire finds the kill.
Getting destroyed by Lucian, unfortunately. Yasuo coming to move down. He is going to look for trying to help this trade out, but what is his name? Buttery comes through with the snowball, and Yasuo is going to have to disengage there. Heal it up coming down from the river as well. Okay, definitely going to have to avoid this fight.
Nope, because Malphite's coming in with a 2-man ultimate straight into the last breath as well. A nice play, trying to keep Kill Yasuo from getting onto the Lucian, but he flashes forward for the auto attack and now heal it up. Going to be in the middle of 3 members. What can this Akali do? Wants to jump onto Baby Stitch Puppy, hops away into the Shroud, however, has now been shown. Get over yourself, trying to get in position, but there's no mana for a Dark Passage. Literally just showing up to distract, if at anything, but OK doesn't care. They got Daisy chasing, and Blast Cone going to be used, but Yasuo's going to follow through. There's a nice Dark Passage. Enough mana for heal it. Get over yourself. Perfect timing. Gets that Akali out alive.
Beautiful wombo combo from Doc Shocker's Malphite and Kill Yasuo's Yasuo. Gonna pick up 2 kills for Yasuo off of that fight. So overall, a pretty decent roam for Yasuo. Does go in his favor in terms of the sheer quantity of kills he picks up. Unfortunately, though, heal it up still somewhat ahead on this Akali. Buttery coming back through, decides to face tank that, hoping that Smartus would
they find the stun on to Kill Yasuo, and a nice ultimate from Buttery will secure the kill. And now Smartus going to be the target. Heal it up, keeps bouncing in and out of the Shroud. The stun comes through, though, onto the Nunu. Good trade there, calling.
Lucian. Gonna go under the tower. Oh, he gets hit just on the back end of the Thresh Hook under tower, and he is gonna go down in the bottom lane.
Death sentence to the back. This Thresh secures himself a second kill, and Get Over Yourself has done a fantastic job so far this game, setting things up for the Lucian to take, and also keeping members alive. They're going to move in onto the turret itself, taking at least probably 2 plates off before they back away.
Yeah, plate for plate between bottom lane and mid lane. Smartest did go ahead and try to grab one. Ezreal throws an ultimate down, trying to clear the minions off, and it does a good job at doing that, but unfortunately, Ivern is just going to get destroyed under the tower. The bush not really doing much to keep him out of vision.
Now Riven going to engage once again onto the Fiora in the top lane. The ult is immediately called by the Fiora. She's trying around to get the Vital Strikes down. That's going to be the last Vital Strike. The healing coming through from Smartus, but Silent Fire has a shield as well. But there's no more CC, and Smartus will win the 1v1.
So Yasuo gonna run back into Akali, kind of pops one wall a little bit late, but the 5-point strike does end up missing anyway, so nothing lost too much there. Kane Kennedy kind of hovering around mid lane from the river, but it looks like he's just gonna head back to the bottom lane now. Yeah, back in that mid lane fight, I think what Yasuo wanted to do was just force an engage with the Nunu, like force him to follow up with that snowball, thinking that Fiora would be there to help him. Unfortunately, Fiora was a little distracted by the Scuttle Crab and wasn't quite able to get there in time.
Kill Yasuo going to drop to heal it up with nice
in the mid lane.
Nice dashes here and there. Malphite's here as well as Ivern. I don't think they can kind of wombo combo in the bottom lane. This Ezra being left alone is so not good for OK, because every time somebody's left alone, Get Over Yourself lands a death sentence and Lucian gets the kill. They're trying to find the route onto the Thresh. They can't get it just yet. Death sentence will miss, but that means that the Thresh is extremely low. There's the ultimate straight into the True Shot Barrage from the Ezreal. Easy way to pick it up. Daisy's going to absorb the turret shot as Nunu comes in from the side, seeing what Willem can do. Nice knock up onto Daisy will take her down. The root comes through onto the Lucian. However, Nuna's going to interrupt the Ivern. They want to kill Kane Kennedy. He's going to use the heal, drop the culling as well. Baby Stitch Puppy's going to fall. And now the Malphite drops the Q onto Buttery. Doc Shocker on the run. Buttery not going to be able to chase this one down, but they did get a trade back after losing that Thresh earlier.
Akali was considering moving back down, but after seeing the fight disengage, she decided against it. Just gonna continue clearing out that mid lane. It almost went well, but unfortunately no one else could get under the tower to give Baby Stitch Puppy a hand with Lucian, and Buttery was able to get there and intercept the dive between the turrets. But again, they managed to grab somebody there, so it's not an overall loss for OK, just not necessarily an advantage for them.
Well, there is 1,000 gold advantage for Slip and Slide. They've been doing pretty well so far this game. However, Riven definitely having trouble in this 1v1 against Fiora at this point in the game. She's already completed her Hydra 3-1. Very, very strong, very scary as well. Riven still on just some base components. Has a while to really come online. Fiora even leaving the top lane after winning that pressure, headed into the enemy team jungle, securing that blue buff for herself.
if last game was any indication, we've definitely seen top laners pretty much single-handedly take over a game. So I wouldn't say that OK is completely out of it yet. However, their bottom and mid lane are both struggling quite a bit. Malphite has done quite a bit to assist his laners. However, still just not going super in their favor right about now.
Yeah, as you were saying, their bottom and mid lane definitely struggling. The Yasuo down 10 CS against this Akali, but really it's this Ezreal down 40 against this Lucian. Having died 3 times, that pressure in the bottom lane is just crazy. And get over yourself looking for another death sentence. Ivern standing up by himself. He lands it easy peasy. Throws down the ultimate as well. Lucian, or sorry, the Ezreal almost walks into it, but Ivern's going to fall. True shot barrage, going to go right through the goalposts of the enemy team members. No one harmed by it, and now they can push in onto the turret. Rift Herald's been started up by OK. We'll see if they can pick it up OK, as Fiora's going to join them, making it a 3v2 at the moment. But Nunu's going to also show what Rift Herald may go down before the Nunu gets there. Doc Shocker, yeah, no ultimate there. The knockup comes through, and that's going to be Nunu actually securing the Rift Herald. And now Smart is going to be trying to make the play. However, they've already lost 2 members. Akali picking up 1, picking up 2. Smart is going to go in looking for the last kill onto the Riven. Can't secure it. And that is Rift Herald onto the Nunu.
And the Rift Herald going down. Things are not looking great. Almost 3,000 gold lead opened up by Team Slip and Slide. It's just getting worse and worse here. That mid lane advantage really starting to show through the cracks a little bit here.
Buttery may even drop the Rift Herald in the top lane. We'll see. It looks like they're just going to try to knock it down the old-fashioned way, as Baby Such Puppy kind of come into the mid lane, heal it up, getting a little bit of damage down, but mostly was just using the Ivern and get away from the turret for free.
Lucian willing to just run right past the towers, proxy farm the wave here, and just going to destroy.
Who cares about the
Ezreal
wave when you
right
could
into
just
the
kill
tower.
Ezreal? Just go for the kills straight away. Also, that was first turn of the game for Slip and Slide in that top lane. And at this point, OK in trouble as the game is slipping and sliding away from them. Now with the bottom lane turret also going down, it's a 4,000 gold deficit for them.
Kane Kennedy feeling very good about his gold lead, or his CS lead right now, and kill lead. Things are just continuing to, as you said, slip and slide away from OK as a 5.5 gold lead has been opened up by Slip and Slide now.
That's 4.5, but I know that quick math is pretty hard.
Oh, is it 4.5? Yes, it is, especially for someone stupid like myself.
Aw, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Trust me, I get it wrong all the time.
To meet up with the mid laner and jungler, trying to secure the Scuttle Crab. Maybe looking for a pick onto Riven, but Riven gonna take a very safe path through and kind of just hang around.
Nunu stealing away the enemy team's wolves. Maybe get caught out by Ivern here. So the Nunu, robotic Nunu, having to roll his way out. Yasuo around the corner, but looks like Nunu should be able to escape quite safely. The Windrake still on the map. No one running for it just yet. Riven, though, might be in trouble. Malphite was coming around, hanging out. Instead, going to turn around, look for maybe stopping, get over yourself from clearing away these wards here. But again, OK's just kind of running around, not really doing all that much, while Slip and Slide is collecting multiple members here into the mid lane, looking for the turret. Last breath used onto the Lucian, but Kane Kennedy still alive at half health, and now the Nunu rolls on, and the wind wall blocking the snowball, but they've dropped the Rift Herald. That should secure the turret itself. And now the Yasuo are going to be in trouble. Drop.
Only defense there.
Okay, you cast. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to like throw in things as you're like, you're in the zone.
Yeah.
Not miss anything.
Add it after the fact. That's alright. Rift Herald's going to go down. Kane Kennedy under 300 health. Needs to be safe because that's a Malphite ultimate. Uses the heal, but the burst is way too much. Will drop. Heal it up on the run. So they lost one member, but it's sacrificial for Lamb to be able to secure that first tier turret in the mid lane, making it a 3-0 when it comes to turrets. That Ezreal going down, though, gives Malphite a lot of shutdown gold. Go ahead. I don't, Land, I wasn't making fun of you. I was just like, if you want to cast the play-by-play, go for it.
I can't talk as fast as you, so I was just trying to point things out.
That's okay.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
I'll leave it to you from now on.
No. Stop. It's your first time casting. It's quite all right. It is good to not talk over your co-caster when they're in the middle of talking, besides making like a brief, very quick moment, like, here comes Thresh. But, and then leaving it B. However, as the Ignite comes through, Smartest is probably going to drop. Nice clean kill by Silent Fire. However, you're starting casting like tonight. Like, this is your second game casting. Don't feel like you have to go and do everything perfectly. You're fine. You're totally fine. And people get hyped. You get hyped up. Yeah. Both members, the Riven and Thresh, were like, hey, I think the other person's going to get this control ward. They're both going to walk away for a second. However, Thresh will go back in and secure it. Now heal it up. Going to find 897, who's just been stuck in the bottom lane, trying to farm up as best he can, but still down over 40 CS. Drops. Thresh going to look for a death sentence. Will miss it, though.
It's just bullying on the Ezreal at this point, I think. They have no intention of letting 897 have a good game right now.
Well, on that Ezreal, you want to get to second item to get really strong in the game. That's really his power spike point, is when he's able to finish off both the Man Immune and a Trinity Force, as well as potentially a second tier item. But as long as he can get at least 2 items, he'll start to do some damage. But at the moment, when he's still sitting on just a Man Immune, that is some extra mana, and then components of the Infinity Edge or Trinity Force, he's not going to be able to do that much. So as long as you're continuing to kind of push that pressure point, you're basically playing into a 4v5.
True. I don't really love what Ezreal's doing with his build here either, and I also don't really love the Ezreal pick in general. You know, the double-tiered build was recently completely removed from the game.
That's true, too.
Only being able to buy 1 tier. And he also, instead of opting for the defensive Iceborne Gauntlet build, it looks like he does want to go for the Trinity Force build. Both of these, I feel like, are just not great ways to play Ezreal. Or even, there's not really a reason to play Ezreal.
Kane Kennedy caught up for a moment. Nice knock up and last breath from the Yasuo. The flash, though, from the Nunu to try to save him. Kill Yasuo's still going to flash and get the last auto attack. And now he's going to have to run away. The Nunu trying to get the CC, but Daisy's here looking for the knockup. Finds a knockup on both. Malphite here as well. The CC chains from OK are insane. And now the Nunu going to feast up Daisy, trying to walk away. Nice death sentence from Get Over Yourself. Maybe that will save Buttery. He's so extremely low, but gets a little bit more of a heal. Doc Shocker in trouble. 897 continuing to throw those mystic shots over the wall. Doc Shocker extremely low. Finally heal it up, shuts him down. And now Baby Stitch probably going to be the target. Ivern's tanky, but he's not tanky enough. He will drop Get Over Yourself with just pushing Ezreal off of the fight. And in the end, Slip and Slide still come out with the win as Fiora, though, is still pushing on the bottom side. Does pick up the first turret for OK.
Yeah, unfortunately, no teleport has been taken on the Fiora this game, instead of opting for a more aggressive
Hold on,
lane
fight's going to
phase.
continue to hang out. Yasuo in that mid lane, dropping low, but he's trying to chase, and Buttery just almost gets out with the lantern. That's why you take the lantern! But Mystic Shot from Ezreal, make sure that that's a 1-for-1 from that Yasuo, but that allows Heal It Up and Get Over Yourself to steal away some of this jungle and maybe even rotate towards the top side. Looking, though, like Smartest will collect that minion wave.
Yes. As I was saying, Fiora decides to go for the aggressive lane phase build instead of taking teleport, so honestly, split pushing probably not the best move here, and there are some pings coming down from the enemy team onto him as well, seeming to have the same questions that I do. Baron has just spawned, so I would like to see Team Slip and Slide go ahead and try to make some plays on it with the advantage that they have. Actually, I take that back, because we haven't seen a full 5v5 fight yet. We haven't seen Fiora become a full variable in a fight yet, and looks like Riven's just gonna let Fiora walk past him.
Yeah, Silent Fire wanted to squish Smartest against the turret, however, instead focuses on the minions as the Malphite's around the corner. Fiora gonna make the play, though, try to go in looking for the Vital Strikes under Silent Fire. The Ignite comes down, a nice parry from Smartest. Malphite knockup, that's gonna secure the kill onto the Riven. However, there's an Akali here. She's gonna get Fiora, and now Doc Shocker gonna be in trouble. Flayed by Get Over Yourself, just to CC him long enough for Get Over Yourself to steal away the kill for 1 and 7. Mark of a good Thresh when they can take all of these kills and feel good about it themselves. In the mid lane, though, OK, going to be pushing in with 3 members. Should secure themselves this mid lane turret as Ezreal's going to get some shots on it. However, Nunu's going to interrupt that, coming in from the side lane, dropping down the ultimate, slowing multiple members. Ezreal's the only one not hit. Yasuo's the target. They take him down. Now, Baby Stitch Puppy, this Ivern, going to look like he's trying to run away, should leave the scene of the crime as 897 drops to the culling from the Lucian. And Ivern, you may be shielded up, and you may be a treat, but you're going to be falling down after another kill, going over to this Akali. 12, 0, and 5. Heal It Up is just everywhere.
If an Ivern dies in the jungle with no teammates around to hear it, does he make a sound?
I'm going to go with no, because the camera won't be on it, and so we won't be able to hear it. As Doc Shocker gets knocked down to about half, get over yourself, taking a couple turret shots as well. Ignited up, should drop. Smartest securing 1 kill. There's that team fight you're looking for, and Smartest is going to give it to you. Looking for the final strikes, drops 2, and drops King Kennedy before going down himself. Good try. Actually, 1v2s in that situation. True Shot Barrage is going to slide on by. Nobody cares. Nobody even worries about it, as Kill Yasuo shows up to defend the mid lane turret and does push Slip and Slide off of that inhibitor turret.
Ezreal forced to pick up the Merc Treads here, presumably for the Riven and Nunu, and also probably the Thresh. Another bad sign in Ezreal's build. He's not really a fan of it. Also, under that dive, I'd like to go back to it. When Fiora and Malphite tried to dive, Fiora actually wasn't able to get the ultimate proc for the healing thing onto Riven, so they actually ended up failing that dive, as I believe it was like, ooh.
Oh, Malphite wombo combo with the Yasuo onto 2 members, but the Riven gonna stifle it just a little bit with a nice stun. However, it's been traded 1 for 1. Nunu for the Yasuo at the moment, and Akali is here. Akali is tearing through, and Akali is almost 1v9ing at this point. Doc Shocker's gonna drop as well. Triple kill over to Heal It Up, who basically said, you know what, my team, they are the meat shields. I'll take all the kills.
A beautiful Zanya's from Heal It Up on Akali there. Able to get out of any follow-up damage from Yasuo's ultimate. Pretty much popped it immediately as soon as Yasuo's ultimate duration ended. And unfortunately, again, we see Smartest just trying to split push there, just not really becoming a factor in any fight with his team. And he might actually just cost them an inhibitor.
Yeah, Parry is strong, but it's not strong enough to deal with 4 people all at the same time. And King Kennedy here as well. 2.5 items up, super strong. The Ivern gonna go ahead and bring out the Daisy. Kill Yasuo immediately dropped by the Akali, who goes legendary. 897 gonna drop to the calling one more time. King Kennedy getting a little bit of a heal. The turret shot, though, will make sure that he goes down. Baby Stitch Puppy trying to do what he can, but he's gonna drop as Akali. I'm sorry, Riven, Silent Fire gonna be able to secure that one. The Flay gonna pull Doc Shocker away from the turret. He flashes, trying to keep himself alive. Heal Up is going to chase it down, and the Akali cleans up the ace and gets out as well. Good stuff from Slip and Slide, as they are now 37-15, a solid 10,000 gold in the lead.
Looks like the call here is going to be Baron. Actually, no, Akali going for the recall.
Yeah, the Thresh and the Riven a little bit too low health to feel comfortable going straight for the Baron, but they at least have some control wards and normal wards on it, which is what you want to see from a team that's got the advantages.
Very true. Beautiful flash by Lucian in the base there, able to survive just a little bit longer by flashing during his culling under the tower, instead of just getting collapsed on by the enemy team, and able to finish off the Ezreal to that. And just keep himself alive for just a split second longer to do that extra few damage and help his team win the fight there. I just like to point that out.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic stuff to point out. So at this point, okay, definitely struggling. They are very far behind. Besides the Fiora joining the team, which you've commented on, she's splitting in the bottom side one more time. Is there anything else that OK can do to kind of get themselves back into the game, or at least stop some of this bleeding?
Honestly, other than get Fiora into a fight, I suppose maybe try a little bit harder to avoid Thresh hooks. I mean, Baby Stitch Puppy especially is just constantly getting hit by these Thresh hooks. Just constantly getting picked off, not really able to be a huge factor in the team. Ezreal, unfortunately, popping the True Shot Barrage.
Oh, Malphite steals away the Baron!
Steals it with the ultimate. Yasuo able to chain it in. Unfortunately, they're all going to go down.
Unstoppable force means that he steals away the Baron. Doc Shocker almost drops Silent Fire as well in that fight. However, everyone lives for now. That Riven walking away with just 200 health. Ivern headed back to the base. 3 members of OK have fallen. And without the Baron buff, they don't care. Fiora has recalled. She was on the inhibitor turret on the bottom side, having secured a second one for herself and the team. Ivern knocked up in the base. Baby Stitch Puppy dropping the redemption, trying to keep himself alive. Can't get back to the fountain in time. Fiora able to secure 1 kill onto the Lucian, who's getting a little bit over aggressive. Smartest will chase the team away from the inhibitor turret 1 and secure the kill on the Thresh, but the rest of the members are extremely low. The turret shots are on the minions, though. Slip and Slide and may just go ahead and go for the win. Now Yasuo's up. He just respawned. Let's see what he can do. He's got Tornado up in just a second, but he's got no life because healing up is just going to go legendary. He can't get back to the fountain in time. 897 gets the auto attack. In the meantime, Silent Fire is trying to finish off the game. Buttery's going to drop his 897's got plenty of damage to finish him down as well. Silent Fire has to run. Doc Shocker's ultimate will be up here shortly, and the base has to be held by these two as super minions are flooding in through the mid lane.
Unfortunately, we do not get to see a perfect game from Heal It Up. He was 23-0 up until that death there, but he is gonna
What a
go
scrub!
down.
Obviously, 9 reports
Obviously,
on this
a
guy.
Terrible player. 9
Feeding
exit,
the
please.
whole time.
Honestly.
I mean, Heal It Up. How can you even like feel good about yourself after that death?
As
Just
soon as you see the 1 in the second
uninstalling.
slot, it's just over.
uninstall. That's what I do. That's why I don't
Looks
play League
like-
anymore.
Team Slip and Slide looking like they're wanting to go for the Infernal Drake. Lucian and Thresh. gonna
I
start
figured
that
it
up.
out. Okay, so you know when a slip
is
and
it?
slide, right? Everyone loves a slip and slide. However, when you're jump on the slip and slide and you're riding it down, you're feeling really good, everything's fantastic, you're spinning and sliding and everything's great, but at the very end, you hit that bump that sends you over the edge of the slip and slide into the mud beyond, and you're like, look, everything was great until the very end. What happened? That's basically what's happened with Slip and Slide. Everything's been going fantastically for them. Yeah, some of the fights didn't go exactly their way, but overall went well until the bump at the very end. And now they're going to try to finish the game off as Nunu's going to just be face tanking the entire team. Doc Shocker has the ultimate available, so does the Yasuo Last Breath. So it's going to be on 2 members. The Yasuo's Last Breath just gets in time. Are you kidding me? Okay, might actually ace this side of Slip and Slide. However, 3 members are going to be still living for it. Now Heal It Up on the run. Smart is trying to chase forward with the lunge. However, that's going to be Silent Fire walking into the entire team. Goes down. No Lantern available in time to save her. And so, okay, actually not only win the team fight, but now have an opportunity to push themselves.
There's the bump.
Big bump that time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, big bump. They're just gonna get caught out by the last Malphite ultimate they can manage for the fight there. Yasuo manages to get the last breath just at the end of the knockup duration, and for their efforts, it looks like they may get an inhibitor here.
Yeah, if that last breath hadn't come through, the fight would have looked completely different. Death Sentence lands, and immediately Akali's going to pop the Fiora. The inhibitor turret is gone, but the chase now from the side of Slip and Slide. The Death Sentence lands onto a minion, trying to get over yourself in position. Nunu,
Woohoo! From Ezreal.
Ezreal getting over the wall. Heal It Up still on the chase. He's seen and doesn't even care about it. Dashing forward, finishing off the Ezreal. Wants to chase in onto the Yasuo. Keep in mind, this is an open Nexus. The inhibitor is available and up, so they do have to take that down before they can secure the Nexus, but there's no turrets that they have to even worry about. So Kane Kennedy just going to go ahead and not hit the inhibitor? Someone, finally Akali's.
Blast fighting behind the Nexus.
Yep, gonna go ahead and chomp down Daisy, eat up a little bit of rock, spit her out into the enemy team's face as Ivern on the fountain drops as King Kennedy will secure that kill, and now they can take out the Nexus itself. They want a couple more kills, pad the stats a little bit. Nice Malphite ultimate knocks 2 members up. However, Smart is chasing in, won't be able to get it in time. The Nexus goes down. Slip and Slide, they had that bump, but they still come out wet and victorious.
They do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a pretty fantastic game overall. That was game number 3 for us tonight. Welcome to Ghouls as well. Thank you for coming and hanging out. So, running through the honorable mentions and MVPs. If, Land, you would do the honor of going ahead and starting on the losing side.
Sure, I will. Definitely gonna have to be my honorable mention going to Doc Shocker on the Malphite. A lot of great engages, a lot of great uses of that ultimate. Really just did a great job at disrupting the enemy team's efforts in a lot of different situations, and also doing a great job at opening up opportunities for Yasuo to use the Last Whisper. And obviously, my MVP gonna go to Yasuo. Has less kills than he would have probably liked, but actually, hold on. Let me take it back. Let me change that around.
13 deaths? You wanna rethink this? Just a little MVP. 13 deaths.
Okay.
All right.
Kill Yasuo. gets the honorable mention. I'm sorry. I didn't notice the. Yeah, sorry, I almost cursed. I didn't notice 13 hits. Okay, I'm gonna give him the honorable mention. He did a good job using the Last Whisper. He did a good job at getting getting damage off in fights. Wasn't really able to. He didn't do a great job at finishing fights or winning fights, but he did decent damage using his last breath. My apologies. In tangent, is that the right word? In unison with Malphite's ultimate, and obviously my most valuable person gonna go to Malphite, just using that ultimate very well. I'm gonna give a shout out here, if that's okay.
Yeah.
To Smartest on Fiora. He did a great job at playing his champion. He was a great champion pilot, and he would have gotten the honorable mention if he had just stopped split pushing. If he had just stuck with his team the entire time, because I feel like there were a lot of fights, especially that first fight where he was split pushing bottom lane, that could have been swayed with his presence. Like, that ended very close, and if there was just one more person there, Smartest definitely could have helped to turn the fight into his team's favor. And one more thing, I just have to comment on this Ezreal's build. It just didn't go well. Like, he built all out of order. He built a lot of the wrong items. I mean, there's no reason to build Trinity Force on Ezreal when Iceborne Gauntlet exists, especially not against this team. Especially not against a team where you want to self-peel as much as possible. They have an Akali, they have a Lucian, they have a Thresh, a Riven. Like, there's no reason to have not built an Iceborne Gauntlet that game. And yeah, that's all I want to say.
Well, that's totally fine. I definitely think he definitely struggled. He did finally secure some of those items as the game dragged later and later, but as you said, definitely didn't help him in the early game. For the side of Team Slip and Slide, man. All right, honorable mention definitely goes over to Baby Stitch Puppy because of the Daisy. And MVP is going to go over to Baby Stitch Puppy for Daisy MVP. So good stuff from Slip and Slide overall. Fantastic stuff. And yeah, we'll just go ahead. I'm kidding. Honorable mention is going to go to Buttery. Look at the KDA. 3, 7, and 22. Paired up just as much with that Thresh, 22 assists. Actually, you know what? Poop. I am gonna do that. Yep. Rage at me all you want. I'm actually gonna give the honorable mention over to Get Over Yourself for less deaths, but a huge shout out to Buttery on the Nunu for doing mostly, despite the 7 deaths, it was more in regards to the unafraid to attempt to make plays, to jump into the middle of a team fight, to be the one who soaks things up. How many times just rolling forward, smashing into the enemy team, and letting the rest of the team take all of the kills and all of the credit. But a lot of credit also, and that's why I'm going to give honorable mention over to Get Over Yourself, because of the less deaths, sometimes a game can be won just by not dying a whole bunch, but even more so for getting Kane Kennedy so far ahead in that bottom lane. Get Over Yourself then rolled into, with those lanterns, saving Heal It Up and Buttery multiple times, Silent Fire as well, throughout the rest of the game. Very good with those Dark Passage lanterns. And then for the MVP, it's not a surprise. We don't need to talk about it too much. Heal It Up, the perfect positioning, roaming to the top side, roaming to the bottom side, roaming everywhere across the map, literally hanging out in the enemy team's jungle, waiting for somebody to come by. Akali is not the easiest champion to face roll and win the game with, and Heal It Up played a fantastic game, only dying one time with that little speed bump at the very end of the game. Good stuff overall. Can you at least give honorable mention over to the Lucian?
He said least honorable mention.
Oh, least honorable mention. Oh,
apparently we
geez.
didn't like Lucian on that team.
Oh, man. I will give the shout out to the... Oh, he was salty. You guys didn't end sooner. Jeez. Okay, Kane Kennedy, calm yourself. These are custom games. We're not putting anything on the line. It's just for fun, Kane Kennedy. No reason to get salty whatsoever. However, I got some Morton salt in the back that I can dump on your head if that's what you're really interested in.
I do remember the Lucian saying that.
Kappa.
He said...
That is not so fun. That is not so fun. Well, either way, we're going to go ahead and roll ourselves a fun marbles game, and we will be right back. I think this is going to be the last game of the night, but I got to check in really quick. We're going to roll marbles while I ask Vanquish what's up. He's inviting me to a custom game. I have to figure out what's going on, but we're going to figure that out as we roll a marbles game. No! We're not doing this map! Oh. There's like one particular map in marbles that I absolutely hate, and it